owners of VintageSoulGeek.
What made you guys want to get into vintage?
Really liked it since I was little, and my mom was a collector, so she would always drag me along to all the flea markets and stuff like that. So I started collecting when I was 2 years old. It was crazy.
Yeah. What's the process? Like you said, some of the things were from your mom, but where else do you guys get your jewelry from, or even your clothes?
Yeah.
And
it's not just like one place. I'm like constantly searching, either like online or auctions or contacts or wherever, just my personal collection. Yeah. You never know, like whenever like we go out somewhere, I'm always like, let's stop at an antique shop or somewhere. So I'm constantly just looking a lot of different places. It's never one place. Yeah. And then my mom, some of the stuff is her jewelry, so.
Me and my cousin were a big fan of vintage, thrift. I'm not a fan of mall, but I don't like that whole, it's kind of like that Stepford's Wives syndrome type of thing. But I've been seeing VintageSoulGeek on Instagram, and videos are quirky and fun, and I love it. But they show, when I seen all the stuff that you had, it just like the store looks really huge, and I'm coming in and it's so bright and it's amazing, all the different stuff that you guys have. When you think of vintage, what do you think? Well, let's talk about fashion right now. We're in fall. What are key things you think people are getting, or what you think people should, if they're looking for?
Honestly, like looking at like the trends for like from the fashion weeks, like New York Fashion Week, they all like pick elements from vintage fashion. So like the 70s is really huge right now, like denim's really in, and like floral prints and stuff like that. So it's crazy how, and like also like 50s and mod, that's also in. So it's just like everything is recycled. So we always try to pick like just really interesting pieces from each decade, stuff that's like really wearable. Not, there's some really crazy, ugly vintage stuff, so we just try to follow the trends.
But sometimes ugly's good.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize.
Yeah.
Ugly's always, oh my god, I try and find the ugliest things, and then people just like, they put it on. Like my sisters know when they see stuff, oh my gosh, I see this thing was so ugly, it's perfect for you. And I'm like, yes. Because you can
like a lot of like the stuff that we have, some people might think it's just totally ugly, but I think it's really unique and different. Like we have some pretty crazy 80s things. Like I really always like the bright colors, but some people might consider that ugly.
So you guys have been here for 8 months?
Yes.
8 months? And I was really excited to come down, well, for myself, because I wanted to come here in the summertime and the whole season passed.
Yeah.
So I finally found some gallivanting time for me and my cousin to come, because she's like you're my fashion buddy. She's my fashion.
Aww.
She knows me like to a T when it comes to like style and stuff. And so I always bounce ideas off of her. So when I was like, you gotta get down here and just look around and let people know about the spot who are into finding stuff, because there's a lot of times where we'll be out, people will be like, oh, where'd you get that from? Oh, that's really cool, or whatever. And we want to be able to refer them to places, and I really am happy to be able to refer them to someone who's local and in the city.
I feel like a lot of people have this stigma, like it's used, or can you kind of explain like the process? So like you can.
Well, I don't. Like everything that we have in the store, we wash and steam, so there's no smells or anything like that. A lot of people come in and they're confused. They're like, they don't know if it's a vintage store or not, because everything is in perfect condition. So that's something like we really aim to like. That's like sort of what we're known for. Like everything's in perfect condition.
Okay, vintage. What do you mean vintage? When you say, well, people say thrifty, okay, so do you mean like Salvation Army, or you know what I mean? People have a hard time because they just think used clothing is used clothing,
and then they don't want to pay the price that they may have to pay, but it's like this is from the 80s.
Or this is like 70s or
nobody has
conditions.
We have stuff all the way from the jewelry from the late 1800s up to the 80s.
Wow.
A few 90s things, and then clothing, mostly 1920s to 90s.
Yeah.
So it's like a wide range and just a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's sort of like curated, like sort of if you go to the thrift store to dig and you're not
That's a good way
sure
of putting it.
condition.
Yeah.
It's just
Because fashion is
just
the
we
sense
like
of
picked out all the
art,
like,
right?
key pieces.
Yeah, it is. It totally is.
Yeah.
Like your fashion sense and your fashion style is
And
the
I
way
have,
that you
that's what I love to do. I
express
just
yourself.
love finding really cool, interesting things.
Yeah.
Are you hiring? Okay.
My husband works here full time during the day, and I actually have.
And they're a husband-wife duo. Like you can't get any better than that.
Yes. I have an office job that I do
Yeah.
during the day, and then I do all the buying.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hopefully in the future I'll be able to like work here a little more.
Yeah.
Because it's like my passion.
You said that you have a 4-year-old daughter. You do have a 4-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
So, how is her take on that? Because I find when we're talking about fashion, we're talking about females, and little girls now are coming into where they're thinking about fashion a lot younger
Yeah,
and whatnot, and now seeing their mom and dad picking out pieces that they might not necessarily see on, if you actually like Nickelodeon or Family Channel or those commercials and stuff like that. I think this would be a really nice way to open her eyes to a whole new world of how to express yourself.
She's sort of into it already. Like when I go places, she'll pick out her own stuff. So it's sort of cool to see what she picks out. And I just let her sort of pick out whatever she wants. She has a little funky style already. So.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'm a sucker for vintage kids clothes. So it's like pick out a few things for her and mix it together. So.
Oh, nice. If you're in the Golden Horseshoe, I'm just gonna say the whole damn Golden Horseshoe, come down to Hamilton. It's 279 King Street East. If you know where Denninger's is, it's across the street from Denninger's.
Delicious food.
Yes. But come down if you love vintage. If you have a passion for clothing,
Even if you don't love vintage,
Yeah.
just to kind of open your mind and see what Hamilton has to offer. Come and look at the piece that I'm getting. This is so pretty. So come, they have things for everybody. Even if you're not into it, they have something that you will like.
yeah, if you're not, it's not the clothing. If you love jewelry, they have brooches, necklaces,
Satchels,
like earrings of different hats. Seriously,
Everything.
I mean, I'm
There's
sure.
a little men's section, kids section.
Yeah. So come down, follow them on Instagram. You will see at the bottom of the screen their handle there, Facebook page.
Facebook, VintageSoulGeek, Twitter, VintageSoulGeek.
Yeah. So just
Everything.
follow them, and I love the Instagram. Yeah, I love their Instagram because they're constantly putting up like little videos showing the shop or whatever, and that's what got me because I was just like, you got to see ahead of time of all the stuff. It's kind of like getting a little video tour of a candy shop, and you're just seeing all the stuff that you want to get, and it's just like, just come down, and it's like Wonderland. It's
I don't
vintage
even think we
Wonderland.
knew each other was following it. I like to pick, and then I seen like
Yeah, you tagged me in something, and I was like, I saw the same thing. So yeah,
Oh my gosh.
So Vintage Soul Geek, come and be a Vintage Soul Geek with us because we're officially a Vintage Soul Geek too.
You're officially hired.
You're one of Denise's friends.
Yep.
On the doing the Huxtable household.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Or I went to school with her at Hillman.
Yes, Hillman. This is a Hillman collared sweater. You guys.
Yeah.
You guys are sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Just like not your typical. She's still to this day. She's like so.
Oh, this is so.
You had glasses.
Yeah.
I had glasses.
I remember. You were so nice.
Yeah, I was almost friendly then.
Yeah, he was like such a friend. Oh my gosh. Bag shot? Like, are you kidding? Didn't even know.
Yeah.
Bag shot.
It's true.
That's
Like, I'm like picturing you like as a kid. I'm just like, yes, I remember you. Oh my god.
no. He really was like, I know you.
Yeah.
I thought he was
And then
just
I'm looking at him and I'm like,
joking too. Yeah, I was just like, yeah.
I remember Nick though.
Yeah.
I remember you being like super nice guy. Just kind of funny, clowny kind of guy.
Nerdy.
But there was only a few like nice people at Bag Shop
Yeah.
that I remember.
That was a
There's only a few nice people. There's a lot of people that I do remember that weren't so nice. Yeah.
Who's cool now?
Look Divine and Die. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Look Divine and Die. Artistic Domestician. VintageSoulGeek. Wow! Oh my gosh! Throwback. Talk about vintage.
Well, okay, I'm getting it. Yeah, like something happened.
Yeah, this will come out.
Found a good home.
But yeah.
So these are the things. If you don't get it, you're not gonna get it.
No, I just want it.
You're gonna see somebody else one day.
Yeah, I know. Don't.
Can you imagine like walking down the street and you see someone?
No.
They only got one of everything in the store. You know what I mean? So if you see a piece that you love, like.
And that's what I love. I want to be able to feel like I'm stepping out and I'm myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When I dress, I'm myself. Like I'm not gonna go and see another version.
You're not gonna find any of this stuff in the mall.
No.
None of this is in the mall.
I think I like people looking at me and being like, that's weird. Or you know,
I like you.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, but you have your own style, but it's like a Johnny Depp. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. I'll take that.
Yeah, like,
it's
so it's not like I don't want to try to say like you're like somebody, but that's what it reminds me.
You feel.
Yeah.
Yes, it's that attitude of this is what I like to wear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know that's what I see with certain people and they're just like they step out and it's just like you can tell they're just comfortable
In their own skin.
and they love the fact that they can represent themselves however they want.
Yeah.
And that's
the best
how I
feeling in the world.
It
Yeah.
is.
Individuals are important.
Yeah.